should probably get like a.
In a world of magic and might, where heroes rise to the fight, with swords and spells in hand, adventure in a foreign land. Roll the dice, take a chance, create a tale of circumstance, a quest for treasure and glory, in the realm of endless story. Dungeons and Dragons, the game we play, where battles are fought and alliances sway. Imagination soar as we cast our spells in this world of myth and legends, where every story tells. Through dark caves and ancient ruins, our party bravely continues, facing fearsome foes and trials, with courage that never tires. In a world of endless possibilities, we paint a picture of epic fantasies. A dragon's roar, a wizard's staff. In this world we create, nothing is too daft. Dungeons and Dragons, the game we play, where battles are fought and alliances sway. Imagination soar as we cast our spells in this world of myth and legends, where every story tells. From the dungeon's depths to the tower high, we journey on beneath the sky. Our fellowship strong, our hearts ablaze, in this game of wonder and maze. Dungeons and Dragons, the game we play, where battles are fought and alliances sway. Imagination soar as we cast our spells in this world of myth and legends, where every story tells. So gather round, let the adventure begin, in a world where heroes always win. Dungeons and Dragons, a world so grand, let's roll the dice and take a stand.
Make sure everyone is doing what they need to be doing. Hey guys, thanks for coming back. We are going to be getting into the session tonight. We're going to take a quick 2-minute. The players are going to just go ahead and just be funky in themselves for a little bit, and I will be right back. All right?
I kind of regret not getting the rainbow dice. So that's there was like.
Don't leave the chair like. You got like
Always
6 inches of
does.
chair
I'm
behind you.
back.
You have room.
You could spruce it a little
I didn't
bit.
They
tell you
were
room.
basically like looked like kind of like glass, but they were like each one of them was like a rainbow color, and then there was like clear dice that looked like, you know, like when you did paint into water, and it was like those were like that too. That's a cool. I was gonna take a photo and show you guys, but the service was like really shitty in the building, and I was like, by the time they would have gotten through, we would have been gone.
I got cool dice, and I don't know if you can see it, but they all have the one ring inside them.
Lord of the Rings.
You shall not pass.
You're watching that for the first time as a kid. That scene was traumatizing. Get off now!
That's what I thought too. I just watched it like. I was telling
Chair this time.
He does a 38 past him.
I saw Chris about it when we were. What was it?
Bag
A
got
few
me
months
that
ago
time.
we did the.
All right, let's do that. Okay, so I need someone to turn that camera just towards Ken a little bit. Keep going a little bit more. Hey, no, back the other way. Okay, yeah, we're good. Thank you. I gotta turn something on.
So when was it the second one came with the two towers? My parents took me and my brothers to the theater, and they were going like, "Oh, we're gonna go to the Rugrats." We have like a meeting, like, "No, it's like, I don't like the Rugrats." Then we get in the theater, and it was Lord of the Rings. Like, no way! It was dope, dude.
All right, guys. I appreciate everyone coming back. Hopefully you're Going to be entertained this session. We did have a hiccup last session. I unfortunately have a fussy baby that has a waking hour right now, and my wife was having a little bit of a, well, not my wife was having a little bit of a hard time, but he was a bit of a rough patch, and it was just the starting of it, so we need to figure that out. Anyways, that's personal problems. You don't need to know about that.
We'll keep a seat for him just in case he wants to come down and play.
All right. So yeah, sorry for ending last session a little bit early, but we're gonna get back into it, get back onto it, and have ourselves a bit of fun tonight. Okay. As you guys all know, you ended up investigating the Forest Walker last time, and you realized after you cut its legs off that there were vines going into the ground. You then went and investigated more of the town, and as you were investigating more of Festfurt, you did realize that there was a house that looked like it hadn't been touched yet, like no doors broken in or and stuff. And once upon investigating that house, you realized there were a couple of young kids in there, Lena and Charlie. After convincing them to let you in, you went in and you did do a fairly good job of reassuring them that you were not there to harm. And after finding out some crucial information that they were Reginald's niece and nephew, and you had no idea where their parents are. After going through the motions and resting up for the night and getting yourself recharged for the day, you decided to go out and investigate more of the town. And as you guys went to before the night hit, you guys went to Reginald's store, well, what you thought was Reginald's store, which is actually his brother's store, to investigate. You found Aravan found himself a racket and a very heavy cylinder ball, which he seemed to drop on the ground. I believe you left it there.
I did.
You did leave it there, okay. And as you guys were on your way back, you noticed the fire in the middle of town was quite loud and burning, but it didn't seem like any fuel was being added. As you inspected it closer, you realized that it looked like there was petrified pieces of wood inside, and you did notice two large clubs that looked like they could have been Johnny's. Making your way back to the house, you did end up sleeping and resting for the night, and as the night went on, you guys noticed it was another full moon, and that soft pink hue from the crimson moon that happened not so long ago started to show itself again. Orin, you did experience another dream of the ghostly figure that you saw the first time. You also noticed that your arm was starting to pulse faintly gold again. On the second watch, Aravan, who kept close watch on Shadow, since it was a full moon, to see if anything was going to happen there. Conveniently, nothing did, but the night went on without a hitch. As you guys woke in the morning, Aravan and both Orin decided to go check out the tavern, while Roger and Shadow decided to go check out more of the town, the fire, and everything like that. And this is where we are. And then sorry, my bad. I got to catch up on everything. As Aravan and Orin decided to check out the tavern, they noticed there was a hum coming from upstairs. After they heading upstairs and seeing a large green portal at the end of the hallway, Aravan tucked tail and ran. Where Orin decided she was going to go ahead and investigate it. Upon investigating it, it opened a little bit to display the last druid, and her simply just tell you you're not ready yet. But when you are, come find me. As that was displayed to you, Orin decided to head back downstairs. As she was heading back downstairs to tell Aravan, Roger and Shadow decided to start heading back towards the tavern, because he knew that's where they were. As you guys were walking back towards the tavern, can you please give me a perception check?
8.
4.
Yeah, pencils
4?
randomly disappear.
Did you roll 2 dice?
Yeah, this one landed on 4. I'll roll again.
Wait, you don't. Oh, right, because you have a point of exhaustion, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, put this on your character. Then, where is it? There we go. This will just remind us that he has a point of exhaustion on his on shadow.
I love it.
There we go. Now we know that he has a point of exhaustion. I would just hang it on him. I wouldn't like try to put it around him. Just hang it on him. Yeah, there you go. He has a point of exhaustion. As you guys are walking back, you do notice that something you didn't see the day prior. More of the town has been enveloped a little bit more and overgrown. You can't really pinpoint it quite well, but you do notice that it seems like it's starting to revert back to the forests in a way. But you do end up making it back to the tavern, and as Orn is stepping down the stairs, that's when you guys notice there is a green mist coming from the top of the tavern where the hall is, starting to float down the stairs right behind her. What are you doing?
Oh, everyone's here too, right?
Yeah.
Well, unless you're good there, but
Actually, Ervan was over here looting bottles.
Oh,
Brandy.
He was. He found.
Yeah.
Yes, you found 4 bottles of. You took 4 bottles of brandy.
Yeah.
You did. You did do that. I don't know why, but you did.
Reason.
Well, I have suspicions why, because I'm not, dumb.
Monk drinking?
Nope.
Are you seeing
No,
this
no,
police
the
tier shadow?
monk drinking? That seems suspicious.
That's suspicious.
That should be good.
So what are you guys doing?
Are you seeing this mist shadow? Or is it just me?
You're not high, right?
Just yell. Everyone okay?
Yeah, she would probably be coming down the stairs as they're walking in, I would say. Kind of except for the weird portal upstairs.
Mind the blights.
Well, okay. Portal. What's going on? Portal? What portal?
Still one in that corner, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, he is just laying down, but he is these blights right now, these thorn blights that you see right now are they're like incapacitated. They're not moving. It looks like they're just frozen in their spot.
there's nothing behind their eyes right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're in like stasis.
As you all are standing there, the mist is slowly filling up the lower part of the tavern.
I think we might be wise if we go outside. We can talk further about it, but
Okay.
I don't trust this mist that's
Yeah.
engulfing us right now.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Any cash behind the bar?
Is there any cash behind the bar?
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Is anyone heading outside? What's going on?
I head outside.
You're gonna head outside?
I'm gonna quickly jump on the bar area and
Okay, Shadow, what are you doing? You're stepping outside?
We'll see.
Roger and Aravan, take 1 point of necrotic damage, please.
So, 12.
Saw that coming. Green.
12?
Yeah.
You find a couple of gold pieces and like a couple silver pieces, some copper pieces. You find there's maybe about 2 gold and like maybe 2 gold, 3 silver, and like a couple copper. This is what you find behind the bar. What are you doing?
I was gonna grab a bottle of wine for Shadow.
A bottle of
I'm
wine?
gonna grab a bottle of wine.
All right. Then what are you doing now?
Then I'm gonna head out.
You're both heading out?
Yeah.
Okay. As you exit the tavern, you notice that the mist is starting to float out the doors, but it's not really lingering past doors. It looks like it's filling the inside of the tavern. Arovan, with your passive perception, you notice that the buildings around you right now are there's the same vines that you saw in the bottom of that walker are starting to creep up and around these buildings. They're starting to go up and up around the chimneys, up through the windows. It looks like it's being slowly gripped and suffocated around multiple buildings.
We gotta get back to the kids.
This is something that you did not see yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the kids and get the hell out of Dodge.
Full speed going back to the kids.
Okay, as you guys are making your way back to the kids, you start to hear the best way I can explain it is like a vibrating hum emitting from pretty much all over.
Sorry.
but it does feel like it's coming from the south, coming up. As you guys are making your way down to the house that's down below, you do notice that the same vines had started to creep up the sides
Those blue dice.
of that house as well, and were creeping up the window and everything like that as well.
Oopsies.
What was the girl's name? Charlie and
It was
Lena.
Charlie and Lena.
called their names. Charlie, Lena, come outside. Get out of the house.
You don't notice any movement on the bottom floor through the windows or through anything like that. You don't notice, you don't hear anything coming from inside the house.
Okay, I'm gonna try
We'll
and
quickly run in and see if they're in there.
knock on that door. You know what I mean?
So you're running in.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
doors are locked.
The doors are locked. You can't really run in.
No.
You gonna try to unlock it?
Yeah, I'll try and look. Yeah.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Natural 20.
Hold on.
Well, -1, 19.
Hold on.
That pin really nice on too. That was like.
Oh, you're lucky. I thought maybe you had disadvantage on sleight of hand.
My roll of life.
Okay. You managed to pick the lock and open the doors. As you do, you can hear faintly, like, not like not whining, but as if like they're scared and they're upstairs.
Like whimpering.
Pardon?
Like whimpering.
Yeah, like a whimpering. Yeah, like they're afraid of what's happening right now. They notice it and they're afraid of what's happening right now.
We'll run up the stairs and
Or I'll go with them.
go up and let them know, like yeah, you're gonna be okay later. Like, we gotta get you out of here.
As you get upstairs, you do notice there's 3 doors. All of them are closed, and they all have those vines starting to creep across the doors as well.
Oh, great.
Charlie, Lena, where are you?
Is that you? Are you inside with them?
Yeah.
Okay, you all went because he said he ran in,
Okay.
so it didn't say like any of you guys went. So that's why I'm saying. So you all followed in. You hear them from the middle door call out, "We're in here."
Alrighty. We'll be able to kick the door down, even if
Open
the
the door.
vines.
The vines are stretched across the door. They're encroaching across the door.
Yeah, I'll take my sword and I'll cut the vines over.
Give me a perception check. All of you.
5.
In my hand.
21.
3.
11.
Sorry, 22.
Sorry, 22. As you see Roger go and slice at one of these vines, you see a faint pulse
Ooh.
come from it. As it takes the hit, but then slowly starts to recoil, as if it's pulling itself back, as if they're like kind of alive.
Come on. Pull up the.
Keep chopping. We gotta get in there.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Sure.
More energy.
You managed to chop the vines enough that they've recoiled from the door, and you're able to open the door now.
Alrighty. Come on, kids. Let's go. We'll get you out of town.
They are back in the corner. As you look inside this room, you can kind of see it's the back wall of the house, and they got a window, and you can see the vines just like crisscrossing up through the window, and they are terrified.
We'll go over to them. You know, they're probably crouched down, right?
Oh yeah, they're hiding in a corner right now.
Okay, I'm gonna crouch down to get to their eye level, and I'll let them know. It's like, I know you guys are scared, but we'll get you out of town, and we'll get you a safe place, and we'll make sure you find your dad for you. I know a safe place where you guys can be for now.
Roll me a. Are you being truthful? Or are you trying to?
Yeah, being very
Roll me a
truthful.
persuasion.
13, Or 13.
13. Lena seems to be more trusting of what you're saying. Charlie, on the other hand, is very much still defensive, but Lena does manage to grab his hand and look down at him. Oh, come on. I believe they're good. They're here to help us. And it takes a moment, but Charlie does eventually stand as well. And Lena grabs onto your hand. As she holds onto Charlie's hand, you now have them hold onto your hand.
Start bringing him over. And,
Yeah, let's get out of here.
yeah, let's find the nearest tree. Okay.
Find the nearest tree.
Find the nearest tree. I'm gonna, since my sap is fully charged, and then teleport us out of here.
God. Oh god.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. As you lead the two children out of the house, down the stairs and out of the house, you do seem to break into the open, and as you're looking around, you do notice that these vines are now they're no, not falling. They're creeping up, and it looks like they're trying to overtake the buildings in the town. The hum is getting quite loud, and now it's no longer coming from everywhere. It is coming from the south. More focused.
Down on our village picture there,
What?
which is to the bottom of the.
Yes, so the north south.
Never eat onions.
You are roll me a perception with advantage, actually, for you. You would be more in tune with nature than anything.
30-20.
Dirty 20.
30-20.
You notice as these vines are pulsing and that hum is coming from the south, it's like it's as if it's a melody and it's trying to beckon you.
Open the portal.
Open portal, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we'll go.
Get out of here.
Let's go. I don't trust this right now.
I don't want to be a tree.
You want to be a tree hugger.
So hold on. Right now, you are here.
Okay.
Where are you going to open this portal?
I'd probably say go behind.
Do we not have a sapling in this town?
That is up here. You don't need to do it at a sapling. The sapling isn't what controls it. It doesn't give you more. It's just the sapling is the opening.
Maybe we should go closer to the water.
Close to the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just because we're farther away from where the vines are coming from, so to speak. Put more distance just in case suddenly they go charging at us.
That's a good idea.
Here's your camera chip.
Yes.
Do you want to be more centered?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Well, let me do this.
Do this.
Give me a second here, guys.
Let's go in.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, I got that.
There. That should work out a little bit better.
beauty.
Yeah, that works out a little bit better. I just move it over like that. There you go. Okay. So you guys are heading south then?
Towards the hum, apparently. Yeah.
Towards the hum? Like whereabouts are you heading south? So you're, like I said, you're here. Okay.
We don't have to fully go to it, but like
Yeah.
it could be down. Yeah, maybe like right where you just last went with between the two houses there.
So you want to go down here?
Maybe.
Down
yeah.
here? Down here?
Is there trees on that way? Like
Yeah, there's a few, there'll be a few trees in the south just below Pest right there, just below the southern entrance to Pestford. As you make your way down to down south, I would like someone to give me a nature check, please.
Nature. Probably your best.
I think I know what he's doing. Nature. Just did my roll. 14.
14. You start to see kind of these vines have been encroaching and wrapping themselves around all the houses as if it's like trying to envelop the entire town and bring it down into the ground. But you do start to see kind of a direction on which way they're pulling from. And as you look and you pass these houses down here, you can kind of see a cluster of them heading towards the watermill at the bottom there. As you get closer to the watermill, I would like you all to roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
25.
14.
18.
Oh, actually, I gotta roll that again. It's like on an angle, and I don't wanna.
You had 18? You rolled 2 dice and got 18?
Sorry, forgot about that.
10.
6.
6. As you guys are heading south, trying to get out of here, the hum is starting to get more present and stronger. As you guys are making your way, you do notice though that Orin and Shadow have kind of started to pull away from you guys, and they're being pulled to the watermill. Not under their control though.
What about the kids?
Charlie is feeling very confident with going with you guys, but some reason Lena is very much pulling very hard against Roger's hand to follow Shadow and Orin.
Grab Orin by the tail. Where do you think you're going?
No, reach over and grab Shadow by the hand and like.
You wanna reconsider that? You wanna reconsider that?
Obviously not.
You're gonna get a dagger. You're gonna get a dagger pointed at your arm for that.
I'm surprised you didn't go for the ass.
So right now you've got a dagger tip pressed to your arm.
So you're trying to pull them away?
Yeah.
Trying to pull them back?
We'll do the same.
Contested strength checks, please. So you have to roll one as well. All of you roll.
And then just add a strength bonus.
Yes. You got a 2?
Well, I got a natural.
Oh, you got a critical fail.
Yeah.
12.
12?
15.
Okay. Well, this is actually kind of awesome because all 3 of the people being pulled towards this watermill have all been the ones who have won their strength checks. You grab onto Orin's tail, and as you're grabbing onto Orin's tail to try to pull her back, you feel like it's got a mind of its own. It takes you and just yanks you forward without even you being able to stop yourself at all. Like you almost face plant into the dirt as she continues to walk towards the watermill. As you grab onto Shadow, you grab on, and as you are trying to pull him back, you notice that Lena, who's holding your other hand, has twisted you back this way, and you literally have just fallen onto your back, and you're being dragged by Shadow as you're holding him, and Lena's kind of pulling you, but you see Charlie trying to pull Lena's hand, and for some reason she's strong enough that she's pulling Charlie right now. You are all heading towards the watermill, and you're about 10 feet from it. As you get closer, the hum intensifies.
I'm gonna say as I'm dragging like.
But you're starting to realize, Roger and Aravan, you are starting to realize that it's not just like a bee's hum. It sounds enchanting now. And it's drawing you forward. Would you please both give me a wisdom saving throw?
27. Or sorry, 26.
What'd you get?
1.
Another natural one.
My God.
You, Roger, you stop fighting the pull, and all of a sudden you manage to get back to your feet, but you're walking along shadow now as you're going there, and you and Lena are both walking, and you see Charlie just trying to get his hand away from Lena, but they're all pulling you forward. Erevan, you do manage to release Orin's tail, but you and as you do, you come to realize that with the 27, you come to realize that they have they seem to be charmed in a way, like being drawn to this place, not overcome, but like.
Is anybody here pulled in as half elven? No, just me. Okay.
He's half elf.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he should be rolling with advantage on those checks.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Is charm?
Yeah. Because Fey ancestry. Advantage on saves against being charmed.
Yeah. Again, yeah, he does. Yes, you do. Go ahead, roll another dice.
Okay.
See if you don't get a natural one again. If you get a natural one, you're done. You're done for the session.
I got
That's
13.
it. Go.
13.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get 17 with the wisdom save too.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good thing you did. Okay. Fine. This changes a little bit, but it does still kind of happen as well. Roger, you do get to your feet.
Mm-hmm.
You and Erevan do realize that your friends, your husband, have all been kind of drawn to this windmill, to this watermill. As you guys get closer, you do start to see more and more of the vines seeping back into the underground, just underneath the mill. You do start to hear that hum get more present, but more of like a lullaby, if you will. And then you also see the vines, as they're getting closer, seem to be pulsing with a vibrant, verdant, like green hue. You notice that the watermill is not moving. It's not pushing through the water. It's not drawing anything in. But this is the one building out of everything you've seen that there are no vines up and around it. They are just leading their way deep into the ground under it. Who rummaged? You rummaged through the. Yes, you did. Give me a history check, please.
Okay. 15.
Okay. You, for some reason, remember reading on a piece of paper in Eldela's room as you guys were searching it, on a piece of parchment, something about heartwood.
Okay. I'm gonna go to you.
I'm going to use my thaumaturgy
Okay.
to be louder than the hum.
Then the hum?
Yeah.
To be louder than the hum. See,
I almost feel like you couldn't because it's
you can be louder than the hum. The problem here is they've already been charmed.
yeah, it's like
So I don't think your thaumaturgy would break their charm, but it could I guess could wake them, if you will, if it's loud enough. Like snap them to yeah, I guess would you be able to wake them enough that they could make a saving throw against being charmed right now?
If I can actually do that.
Can you?
Booming voice, 3 times as loud as normal for up to a minute.
for up to a minute. 3 times as loud as normal for up to a minute.
During which time I have advantage on charisma and intimidation checks.
But it wouldn't. It doesn't say anything about. No.
No.
In this scenario, then I don't think it would work.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, that's
That's really loud, my bad.
As
Is it enough?
you guys get closer to
What
the,
if I tried like thunderclap it? See if that would.
like, knock them on their ass.
Yeah, see if that
Like,
would.
you want to hit them with a thunderclap.
I was gonna say more try to use it to try to block out the humming for a second to get him out of the trance. I won't cause damage to you guys.
I might have to.
Chaos. Oh shit.
I mean, I can make thunder without hurting people. I can just make the sound.
Oh, okay. Hold on. What spells do you have?
Level 1 have cure wounds, detect magic, find familiar, ice knife, speak with animals, thunder wave, but thunderclap is my cantrip. And level 2 is cure wounds, find familiar, flame blade, healing spirit.
No, okay. There is something that would assist with this, but unfortunately, no. So really, I'm reading it right now. A successful saving throw against the spell that caused it, or by doing something harmful to the creature that charmed them, is pretty much the only 2 ways that you can really break the charm. Unfortunately, so as you guys are trying to figure out a way to stop your friends from walking into this windmill, you unfortunately have run out of options. And as this is happening, you do notice that they are now walking up the stairs. The door seems to be already open, and as they walk inside, they just go in, and Orin, Shadow, and Lena all take a seat at the table.
Is there anybody else sitting there?
There's no one else in the room. But the humming does seem like it's coming from this building. But there's no one else in the room.
Is it a single floor?
Single floor. There's like there's a single floor, but like up above there's like a rafter that's got storage. Like you can see it from inside. But that's it. There's that, and there's a little like storage area on the back of the mill as well. Like a little small little like shed, if you will, attached to the side of the building. And then the water mill itself on the over the water, I believe. Yeah. So like they walked in, this would be the storage shed. That would be them. Single floor, really. You can see in the rafters.
The sound's coming from anywhere in particular in the building?
It's emitting from. Give me a perception check.
Help out with them too.
19.
Yeah.
That is a low number.
4.
Let's go over there. Outside.
There.
You do notice that it is coming from. It's coming from this building, and it feels like it's coming from the center of this building, like in the middle. Like if you're standing in the middle, that's where it's the strongest. You can't really get a read whether or not it's coming from above or below, but you do feel like where you are standing in the where the table is, it's coming from like right there. You see Orin and Shadow and Lena all take a seat and just stare blankly forward.
Is there anybody else coming towards the building outside?
No.
We're it.
Whatever. Figure out what's causing the humming.
Gonna hop up into the rafters.
Okay.
On acrobatics.
No, there's literally a ladder that leads up to the rafters. So it's a storage area. As you get up there, you see plenty of boxes. You see a barrel. There's always barrels. You see a barrel. You see boxes. You see storage containers. Nothing that would give you the thought of something out of the ordinary being up in these rafters.
We'll check where Shadow and Nora is sitting and see if there's anything else down there. What they're at.
It's a watermill.
It's a watermill.
So there's mechanism coming from the water wheel into the building type of thing.
Yep.
Does there appear to be anything holding that stuck from moving?
No. So what are you doing?
I was gonna go into the area where they were sitting
Okay.
and just like see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Give me an investigation.
Down where they're at. 17.
As you are looking around where they're sitting, you see them blankly staring off. Charlie is really trying to like pull on Lena. He's calling out to her, trying to get her to get off the seat, but he for some reason can't pull her from that seat. As you look at the table and around it, you don't notice anything, but then you look under the table, and as you're looking under the table, you see a single thick vine coming from below the floor up into the bottom of the table, and it spreads out to all sides, to all the areas, as if like it's a sprouting, I guess, a sprouting tree, if you will, coming through the floor and into the table. And as you're looking under there, and you see it pulsing with that same green, verdant hue.
Airban's up on, like above me.
The Airban's up on the rafter right now, yeah.
Okay, Alana, I was like, Airban, there's a tree sprout down here. It's giving the same green crap over here. I can always swing it at my sword, see if it does anything. Or wait.
Wait a second.
Okay.
You're gonna drop on the table?
Yep. I'll take it. Take the damage.
All right. So you're gonna lunge off the top,
Coming off the. Ooh, yeah.
and you're going to hit. So you're 10 feet in the air. You are leaping off there onto the table, like you're just gonna hit it. And how are you landing?
Yeah, dropping out one.
You're dropping your elbow on that thing.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, roll me a d20.
That would be a 5. Acrobatics is 11.
I was just thinking if you're gonna get a natural 1, so I can make this real bad. As Roger, as you look up, you see Arrowvan just look down and go, and comes down, hits the table, and the thud that emanates from this table and around just like blasts through the whole room. Orin is still sitting there, staring blankly forward. Shadow's still sitting there, staring blankly forward, and so is Lena. And you just see Arrowvan, like he's stopped mid-air, landing on this table, and the table looks unaffected from this land. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
No, I'll go over here. I'm like, A+ for trying.
You notice that after he hits the table, the pulse in the sprout that's come up into the table is starting to like speed up a little bit, and the hum is starting to become more intensified, and a stronger lullaby is being played. I would like both of you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Yes, yes. Because you guys, you're elves.
That's a 20.
I rolled a 15 on both, so 22.
Okay. You both managed to. Okay, first of all, Roger, you witness Erevan jump off this roof and hit this, and you notice the pulse starts expanding and getting faster, and you notice that the hum just starts coming out and emanating across everywhere into both your ears, and just through. It feels like it's going through your skull, but you just simply shake your head and it just dissipates. Erevan, as you hit the table and you're laying there just like this, like you're laying there posing on the table, just in pain because you just dropped off of your roof. Oh my god. You feel it break into your mind just a little as you kind of like shake your head and like it looks like you stare off. Roger, you see him stare off a little bit, but then he shakes his head again and he just breaks and comes back to you and he's looking around. You get a glimpse as you go through there of what looks like an old tree, a very old tree, and it looks like it's kind of dying, like it's being corrupted.
The tree we've seen before.
No.
Cut the roof. I'll give you A+ for trying. That was pretty cool though to see you fly. You look like a bird.
What do you do? What after you see that? Like, do you say anything?
Yeah, cut the root.
You tell them to cut the root.
On it. Come in and swing at the root. Well, he's under the table, right?
It's under the table, yeah.
Okay. All I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna slide, and swing as I'm sliding under the table.
To like cut the root.
To cut the root.
Okay. All right.
You turn it into a beaver.
As cool as I would like that to look, as you slide under this table and you go to swing your sword and just power drive into this root, you feel like you hit a stop. As you hit this root, your hands vibrate from the connection. So much though, roll me a d20, please.
8.
Okay. So much though that one of your hands literally vibrates off the hilt of your sword. As the other one is starting to slip a little bit, you do manage to regrip. And the sword comes back at you as it bounces off of this root. And looking at it, you notice it did nothing.
Then I'm just like, well, that didn't work. It's hard as
But he's now under the table.
You're now under the table right now. So you're under the table, you're on top of the table. You have these, you see Charlie just like freaking the fuck out because he has no idea what the hell's going on. But you do notice that the pulse is getting faster now.
Can I physically pull them away from the table?
You can try.
I'll try on the kid.
You're gonna try on the kid?
On Lena, yeah.
You're gonna try to like pick her up from the table?
I'm gonna pick up the chair.
You're gonna pick up the chair.
Chair
I'm just gonna take the whole chair.
It's gonna take the whole chair.
The whole kit.
Give me a strength check, please.
Not my thing. 15.
Okay. As you climb down off this table, and go and try to wrap your arms, how are you wrapping your arms around it? Under the bottom,
Let's see. Yeah.
under the bottom like that, you're gonna try to lift up? Okay. As you wrap your arms under the bottom of this chair and you go to like lift up, as you do, you feel like 3 vertebrae just go pop, pop, pop in your back as you go to lift it, and the chair doesn't move.
do a backflip.
Do a backflip. Oh my goodness, do a backflip.
What time of day is it?
It's early morning still. Okay, so just above table real quick. You guys are trying to do a lot of damage and trying to hit things and all that stuff. There are other ways to figure out what the hell's going on here. It's not just about hitting shit. Back on the table. What?
It's what I do.
I know, but there are other ways to figure shit out. You don't have to be like doing that. There's other abilities that you have that can help you and assist you in figuring out what is going on. I'm just trying to like give you that information right now. I'm not going to tell you anything, but there are other abilities that you have available to you.
You just being a knucklehead, literally.
I would really like the other players to join the table again and be able to play.
Yeah,
You guys got to figure this shit out, okay?
It's like Jeopardy.
I was doing that today. Every time someone was like, asked Ruben, every time someone was like, it'll be a minute and a half. I was like, all right, timing. And I look at the clock. And I'm like, doo. Brody today, I'm like, how long are those? Minute and a half. I'm like, you got minute 15. 45 seconds. Then he was late and he brought him up and Rob just looked at him. He's like, they're not done. And then he's like, I'm like, go put him back in. I don't want you to serve me raw product, bro. And he's like, shit. And then put it back in. Anyways, so what are you doing?
Let's talk about magic shielding. Like where else the vines could possibly go to. Without birch.
Is the section of the building where this line is coming up through the bottom, is it over land, over water?
As you guys were walking up to the building, you noticed that the stairs go up into like what seems to be a raised floor. And that there are like, it was like not a sealed building around the bottom like concrete, but it was like a lattice like fencing around the bottom of the house. As this building is somewhat situated over water as well as land, it needs a support structure that is below it. So it's not directly touching the ground.
I'm gonna go outside and check.
Welcome to the keeping it up.
So you're both going outside the building? All right. Are you just leaving Charlie in there?
Don't leave looking.
Oh, I guess I'm very safe probably then.
Wow.
So you're taking Charlie with you? Okay. As you guys exit the building, you do notice that that same pulse that was coming from that tree that has sped up. You see all the vines that are coming closer to the building and they kind of go into the ground, but you see like a rhythmic and it's gotten faster. Give me an Arcana check, please. Then say it.
I'm not a magic guy.
Doesn't matter. You don't have to be the one that does the check.
Oh, I got a 15.
14.
All right. You are noticing that it feels like these vines are communicating. They're able to send and pull messages from the area around. You're also noticing that this hum that has gotten stronger and more rhythmic, more like a lullaby, is almost in tune with the rhythmic pulse heading back to that building. Are you guys investigating? Like, what do you do now?
Well, tell me, I'm picturing this, right? So we got the mill, there's all the vines heading towards the mill.
So they're heading towards the mill, but they go into the earth before they actually get there by about not all at the same spot. They all kind of like come in different areas, and as they're going in, some are like 10 feet from the building, some are like 20 feet from the building as they go into the earth. Some are like right up close, like 5 feet from the building as they go into the earth. They're all diving into the earth right now.
Is there a certain distance where all the roots are physically there? Like, is there a radius where there are roots everywhere around the building?
Everywhere you can see for right now, yes.
So I could walk around, say, this is the thing, I can walk around, say, the perimeter, and there's roots everywhere, and
You could walk around 3/4 of the perimeter because a quarter of it is into the lake. But yes, you would see roots basically diving into the ground, coming from Vesper. So like as it's coming from here, so basically what you're looking at is you're seeing roots come like this, that, all the way around as far as you can see, everywhere, and they're all diving into the ground here, all around the building.
there doesn't seem to be a point of origin that I can see, just
Like a point of origin,
for the roots, there is.
you just see them diving into the ground. Give me an investigation.
Oh, sorry. 14.
14. As you've walked around the base of this building, you have noticed that there's a lattice, a pretty thick lattice fencing around the whole bottom of the building. You can't really see through it, but you do notice at one point around the far right side that it looks like the lattice has kind of peeled back a little bit, somewhere where you'd be able to get your hands in and you'd be able to pull.
That sounds like a hint, I'll do that.
All right. Give me a strength check. I gotta get a check out of you. You can't just pull it open. It's like it goes all the way along.
I just felt that. I think it was a 9.
It wasn't a very high DC. As you reach in and you grab onto the side of this lattice and you pull, you notice that it just kind of like pop away, and you manage to pull open a solid 6 foot wide length of lattice off the side of the building. You are about 4 feet off the ground though, so as you're looking under, but when you look under, you see those multiple roots that have come and dove into the ground. They're all like, they're not protruding out of the ground, but they seem to be going into a central spot that looks like it's a larger form of that root that's up in the building, coming up out of the ground. You notice that it's not, it looks alive, but it doesn't, it looks like it's slowly starting to decay. Hey, thanks guys, appreciate you.
Stop beeping, we're trying to solve a mystery.
That'd be rude.
I don't even know where that was from. It was from somewhere.
I think it was
Thank you.
Twitch? Or no, was
It was one of them. It was one of them. I appreciate you guys, whoever just did that.
it?
Appreciate you. Thank
Love
you.
Okay.
Do you, so what, are you seeing this as well?
Yeah, I'll let Charlie know to go upstairs
I'll
back
call
to.
him. Roger, come out here.
All right.
Stay with your sister. I'm gonna go run down.
As you look at the underground below this building, something sparks in your mind. On that same piece of paper that you saw the word Heartwood, you saw a small little, what seemed to be a sketch of a similar looking tree. But you don't remember exactly what the piece of paper said.
Looks like it's dying. Is there anything you can do?
I could cast healing spirit, see if that will help. I'll go to the where it's decaying and just put my hand there and cast healing spirit.
What does healing spirit do?
Kill spirits, obviously.
Duh. Oh, I wasn't so sure, but I think Aravan's dying this this session, guys. I think he's gonna die. Call forth the nature spirit to soothe the wounded and intangible spirit appears to in a space that is a 5 foot cube and within range. Whenever the creature it does nothing.
No.
In effect, until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit space, it heals. What you're looking at right now is not a creature.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
Okay.
Worth a shot. We'll do it.
Um.
Your spell.
Oh, good. I do have that one though too.
It says it's not a creature though. This is your domain. I got nothing. It's a tree. I punch trees. I get stuck to trees. I climb trees. I don't.
You fall out of tree.
Give me another history check, Ruben.
Already.
Or Roger.
16?
What?
16, 18.
As you get closer to this tree, you cast the healing spirit. Underneath this, not even tree. It looks like it's a. It looks like a tree, but it's small. It's 4 feet tall. It looks like it's branching out a little bit, but it's definitely small. Something sparks in your mind again. That same drawing that you saw on that parchment in Elder's room. Below it said, "Corrupt the heartwood."
Okay. You look at Airband and I was like, I'm trying to remember something about this heartwood tree I've seen when we're at the Lara's house. It said, corrupt the heartwood tree.
Well, Elder Laura was one of the druids, and that was part of the plan. They need to corrupt the tree, so we need to heal the tree. That didn't work. Got anything else? Got any fertilizer?
Will you give it a hug? Walk over to him. It's okay.
What are you doing?
Walk to the tree and just give it a hug. We'll figure this out. Don't worry. I could catch you. As I'm hugging it, gonna try to cure wounds and see if that could do something.
You got any purification spells or anything?
No, he doesn't.
Oh no, that's at will.
I've already looked. He doesn't. Just to save us any more things, there's nothing unfortunately on you right now that is going to stop this tree from decaying. Okay?
Okay. I tried.
So you hug the tree. You fucking tree hugger. You hug the tree, okay?
Taking notes from Airman here.
It's not the actual little tree that's going up to the floor, though, right?
Oh, it's gone up. It's touching the bottom of the house, right? You can't see the center of the tree. You just see this stump that's about 3 feet wide, coming up from the ground and going into the bottom of the house, and like it's branching off just like underneath the table, the same way. As you hug the tree, Roger, you notice similar runes have been carved into this thing. Just like before. Just like the thorn blights, just like the forest walker. A lot of those other things. That those same runes are carved into this tree.
Can we scratch at the runes, try and destroy the runes? With like a dagger or something?
Sure.
Okay, that's what I tried.
That's what you try. You try to like scratch at the runes.
Yeah. Tree's pissed.
Well, no, not really. It's like as you're scratching at the runes to try to disrupt the magic that's happening, you notice that every time you bring your blade across one of the runes, it looks like it scratches a mark into it. The mark stays, but the rune reforms
Regenerates, okay.
and stays past the mark. But the mark is still the carve into the tree wood seems to stay behind.
Uh-oh.
Well, I can damage the tree.
Now do you have a flame blade? Try that. I'm curious about the staff too. I was just thinking of that too. The staff, like.
What do you know about your stuff?
There's
With the sword.
Oh, there's a sword, yeah. Petrified steel sharpens and like another.
What are you doing right now?
I'm gonna start actually hacking at the freaking thing with my dagger. Fucking trying to.
Okay, as you're doing that, you notice that you are causing damage to the tree. It's not really doing much to slow anything. The marks are staying. What are you doing right now?
I'm curious, like,
What are you thinking? Just say
I'm
it.
thinking like, oh, like, what happens if I actually try to like use the staff and
Try.
just place it on top and see if it affects anything for now.
Just like you're just like placing it against the stump or something like that.
Yeah.
As you place the bottom of your staff against this stump, you noticed that same green hum, like pulse that's coming through, starts to break off and enter into the staff as if it's like drawing into it now. But you do notice that as that's happening, some of the runes are starting to break and start to dissipate themselves. Can both of you please give me another wisdom saving throw? Not you guys. Orin and Shadow.
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw, yeah.
15.
At your wizard bonus.
I know, I was trying to see if I had written it down. I have like everything but that one written down for some reason.
It's almost like you go to the computer at home and just like load your thing up on a thing and just like print it down the PDF and print it, so you just bring a hard copy of what you have with
Kind of
you.
what I've been thinking of doing. 14.
14.
Well, I now have it on my phone, but I was writing it down to make it easier.
Suddenly, both of you, as you are sitting at this table, you come to, and you don't realize that you're sitting. Well, you don't know where you're sitting. You all you see is you're sitting in a building at a table, literally sitting across from each other, staring at each other, and you see Lena, who's still sitting there, blank-eyed, at the table, staring off into the distance. But you both seem to snap out of it and come to. From when you guys were gone and kind of drawn in, you noticed that where you were was deep in the woods. There was decay everywhere around you, and there was this giant tree that emerged out of what looked like stone, like pillars around it. There was carved rocks all around this tree, as if it was like a grove of some sort. You remember from being in this trance, you remember seeing the last druid that you guys have seen before, her just walking about and murmuring something about the heartwood is almost corrupted. We need to finish the ritual. And as you guys are just starting to gain a more perceptive information about what is kind of going on where you are right now, you seem to just be snapped away from it, and that's when you come back to reality, where you are right now, and wake up looking at each other.
What just happened?
How did we get here?
Well, as I'm putting that staff to someplace real in the air vent, I don't know what's going on, but the staff's helping a bit.
It feels like the staff is drawing magic from the tree, is drawing it out of it, like it's pulling it out, like you would pull poison out of a wound.
Does the staff look like it's being damaged by this?
Give me an investigation. Investigation or perception?
Take your pick.
You choose whichever one you want to do. Doesn't 24?
Yeah.
No. It looks like the staff is definitely healing the tree in a way.
You shall be healed.
As you slam it in again, you notice that more of the runes kind of just like twist and shatter on the tree, and that hum that you heard before is still there, still very intensified. But you do see the pulse that was leading in there and getting very fast and rhythmic has slowed to a crawl almost. It's still there. It's not, hasn't gone away yet, but it doesn't seem as intense as it was before.
Give it one more touch and you'll be healed, my friend. You'll be healed.
The staff doesn't seem to pull any more out.
I think that's all I can do. Do you want to go check on the others, see if they're still in the trance or not?
Yeah. Maybe you should hit that root under the table.
Okay. Get out of the area.
So you guys head back in, you're heading back into the building. As you're walking around, you do notice that some of the vines that had been coming from the town and going in, like, look like they've uprooted themselves and pulled back into the town. There's not as many vines leading into underneath here anymore. As you approach the doorway, you can hear some shuffling about inside. You can hear Charlie kind of saying, "Lena, wake up! Lena, wake up!" And then you guys, what are you guys doing? You guys hear Charlie saying this to Lena, Orin, and Shadow.
Probably look at them. She'd probably be looking at them confused and like, wait, what? Like, trying to comprehend exactly what is like going on. Like, her brain's a bit.
So you guys are like, kind of like, you're making noise and all that stuff. As you
Yeah,
guys
like,
approach the door, you do hear commotion coming from the side that you didn't hear before. As you reach the door, you do notice that Orin and Shadow have kind of snapped out of what was going on, but Lena very much is still gazed,
And the wine under the table is
still there.
okay. Well, looks like you guys are kind of back.
Get away from the table.
There's a weird humming coming from over there, and it put you guys into a trance. You tried to stop you guys when he went under. I was trying to grab you, my hand, and you just kept going, and I was getting dragged on the ground. You're so strong. You're so strong.
Wow.
And Lena here got too, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going this way." Like, "Oh my god!" But I want to try something, and I go to the table, I put my staff.
Nothing happens. Orin, please give me a history check.
Just looking at this history.
History is intelligence.
Okay. 11.
11. As you've come to, you're regaining more and more of what you were kind of witnessing while you were tranced. You're starting to pick up more and more of what kind of transpired. And as you start to jog your memory a little bit more, you notice that the tome, that the druid was carrying with her.
Yeah.
Elwyn, you notice that that tome, you've seen it somewhere before. You can't quite place it,
But
but you've seen it
Okay.
in this town. You've seen one similar to it.
Yeah.
Does the child look like she's in imminent danger other than being sitting at this table?
No, she's not.
Maybe Charlie could stay with his sister and we could go try and figure this out.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we should check Elder Alora's place again.
Yeah, I was just thinking that to you. Would Charlie be able to, like, is there a door for this mill too?
What do you mean?
Like,
It says it's one open room.
yeah.
There is literally a table in the middle of it. There's storage all around everywhere. You see the mechanism that leads out to the mill outside. You see the storage up top. But there's just the one door that goes in that you guys have come in and out of.
Okay. Charlie, stay with your sister. We're gonna go quickly investigate something and we'll be right back.
Okay.
And he still has his, what was it, the dagger?
Yeah, they both have.
He still has his dagger. Yep. Oh, wait.
Have your dag ready. Protect your sister and yourself at all cost. We'll be right back. Start going to the house.
You're going to what house?
Elder Laura's house.
Elder Lara's house?
Yeah.
All right. As you guys walk through the town, you do notice that it's still quite overgrown with those vines. The pulse has weakened a bit. And you do notice that in certain areas where you saw them before, it looks like they've like pulled back and rescinded from where they are. And as you get closer to Elder Lara's house, you notice that her house is just encrusted in these vines.
Mm.
Is there any way we can get in still?
The door is still busted down.
Oh yeah.
There's a big hole in the side of the room. The vines have like covered up a bit of the hole, but you can still get through.
In we go. And I go anyways.
And not in you go. Okay.
I'll go right behind him.
Right behind him. Okay. As you guys enter the house, you do notice that most of the house looks very much the same as it did before when you guys got into your big fight with Druid Silas. The burnt spots on the ground, and then the big pop mark where there's like an empty burnt spot on the ground, but like there's all flame and soot around where Roger got his ass burnt off, is right there in the middle of the floor. As you guys head in, you notice that most of the place is still very much what it looked like when you guys first fought. The vines aren't in the building; they're just around the building.
Go upstairs and search her bedroom for anything we might have missed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
Well,
12.
7.
Anyone else?
Investigation?
as you're around, you're like, oh, this kind of brings back
8.
memories.
8.
21.
Hey, there we go. As you guys are up in this room and you're inspecting what is the chaos as you guys ripped it apart before, you do eventually come across that same piece of parchment. A lot of the words and all stuff on it have been like kind of like faded and like kind of rubbed away, but you do see that very similar looking tree, but this time the one that's on the page is much larger than the one that you saw underneath. It's great, it's grand, and at the very just below it is that writing, we corrupt the heartwood. You find a tome resting on the dresser as well. The one that looked very similar to the one that
I saw before but didn't recognize.
Elwyn was carrying and holding in her hand. And as you are looking it over, you opening it up?
Yeah.
Okay, as you open it up and you start to read a bit of the pages, you are reading something that says, we must corrupt the heartwood to begin the transformation.
Okay.
Wraith has commanded this of us. The sigils are the beginning. Next comes the fall of Roseman Woods.
Oh shit.
Upon this, the heartwood would be corrupted.
Okay.
The paper he's looking at with the tree on it, does it look like a familiar area to us?
No, it's not like a description of where something looks is. It looks like it's literally just the drawing of a tree, of like what looks like a very large tree. Do you show that piece of paper around?
Yeah, I'll show it around to them.
Both of you notice that drawing of that large tree is the same one you saw when you were in your trance. But it looked weaker now. It looked like it had been decaying quite a bit.
Orin had seen through that portal upstairs.
Yes.
Is that the area that they were in?
It looked similar, but she can't really tell from the little. All she saw was like literally a way this big, and she saw the druid's face on the other side. So really seeing behind wouldn't be that much of a description.
And then it was the blights as well. So.
But the one thing you guys do, you do notice is when you guys met the forest walker and you saw the druid before, you both realized when you looked through and you saw it did look very similar to the area that you saw her standing through the portal through the forest walker, because that was a much larger portal. You saw much more you got much more information. It looks very similar to where you are. It definitely looks deep in the woods.
Okay.
You can't fly yet, can you?
No, yeah, no. I'm curious if there's anything else in here that could help. Find anything else that could help try get Lena out of that trance. I'll take one more peek around and see if there's anything you can find for that.
All right.
I got a 10.
Is that green mist anywhere else in town or just a building?
Just in that tavern.
Just in town.
As if it's trying to keep you out of something.
Portal.
Portal, yeah.
He's going hard.
Yeah, I can always end here.
Nope. I got a plan on where we're gonna end potentially. So.
Okay, no worries.
Um,
I just don't want you to feel pressured like you got doing anything.
Welcome
to the party.
You're welcome to join the party. We'll have another bunk.
Yeah, we don't know whether he's gonna be a ranger or a. Someone said a, bard rogue, I think, or something like that, or something along those lines. I don't know.
What level is it that you can go into subclasses? I was just curious.
Go into multi-classing.
Any class?
Any level.
Oh,
You can
okay.
multi-class right. You can get one. You can have one level of everything by the time you reach like level 12 if you
Okay.
want.
I was just
Right? It just
trying to
doesn't give you
ask.
any benefit because you don't really get any benefits until you get to level 3, really, at the end of the day, right? But yeah, you can literally get yourself to your subclass of your level at level 3 and then start classing into something else if you'd like.
Sure. Okay. No, that's good to know. I
But
need to
you
ask.
take a lot of the original things, your hit, I believe I'd have to look into this. I believe you take your original hit dice from, if you're a druid, you decide to subclass into a fighter, right? You would still keep your original hit dice as the druid. You wouldn't get to, I don't think you get to upgrade. I don't know, I'll have to look into it. You might, I can't remember because I know fighter has D10s
Yeah.
versus the D8s, right? But like you would be until you surpass, I think, the druid level. I think the highest level ranking thing you have is what's your base of what you are, and then you get to so if you end up being 5 levels of fighter, 3 levels of druid, then I think the fighter stuff takes over. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I'm not 100% confirming on that. If anyone is out there watching, if you are, please let us know. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Cabin. The upper floor, are there windows outside on the upper floor?
Oh, of the tavern?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, in your guys' rooms. Like in the room that you stayed in, yes, there was a window that was leading out.
The room that the portal was in?
The portal was at the end of the hallway.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't in any of the rooms.
I was just thinking instead of traveling through all the green shit, going through the upstairs. Seeing if that's a safer.
Yeah. Definitely want to get the kids out of here and get them out of the trance.
Seems like the only way we're going to do that now, since you did all you could with the staff, is to interrupt that ritual.
Yeah.
So either we find a way to do it on this side, or we find a way to do it on that side.
Any other ideas?
Any thoughts, Warren?
Got it?
Yeah, I can start going there, I guess.
Very inspirational.
I'm sorry, I'm like writing notes on like my stuff, so I have it here at the same time. I'm listening, I promise.
No, that's fair. That's fair. No, it's good that you're writing notes. Like, it's good to have notes on stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm writing like all my saving stuff on here. So
Which
I
is
have
awesome.
it.
No, it's good to have. It's good to have. So what are you doing?
Tavern?
Tavern it is.
You go into the tavern?
Yeah, that's fine.
We need some healing before we go anywhere. I'm at like half hit points.
Didn't you take the long rest when you...
He did, but he took damage.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to him and I will cast.
And I have a
One's at-
potion, but I'd like to save it.
I'll cast Cure Wounds at level 2 for him.
Roll your dice.
4d8s.
Wait, what? It's not 4d8s.
Yeah. For level 2.
Jesus fucking Christ.
8+2.
4d8s plus 2. 5, 6, 10, 18 points.
I feel much better.
That could be good for Dean.
Okay, use up one of your slots.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're
Or d8s. So you guys are heading to the tavern then? All right.
Well, I have the other stats in
in the
there.
words of gesture, I am the cleric.
So as you get close, as you decide to leave Elder Laura's house and you get closer to the tavern, you do notice that that same green mist is still flowing out of the door out of the entrance.
The damage I took from that, just necrotic, it touched my skin, it burnt.
Mhm.
If it's possible. Oh. Just thinking if it's possible to do all shape into a bear, then be able to boost one up to the window to get it open. You have to get it open.
No, you wouldn't be able to let them to the window to get them open. No, the window's like 20 feet off the ground. You wouldn't be able to reach that.
Okay.
Are you gonna do a flip?
Not an elbow drop.
Oh, you guys missed it. He did an elbow drop on a table. It was funny.
Okay, so what are we doing, guys?
Do we want to walk through, or
I don't want to go through that mist because if it.
there's stairs up on the outside of the building by any
Nope.
chance patio or nothing?
Nope. You have two doors that go into the bottom. One at the bottom, one like one on one, and then when you're inside, you have stairs that go upstairs.
I want to go against the wall to one of the windows. I put my hand, squat down, and can run. I can help boost you.
Or I could just jump.
It does have an insane jump.
I just want to be helpful.
If we can make it look spectacular.
Yeah, that's all.
Are any of the windows open?
Give me perception, please.
Nat 20. 27. Looking for open windows or anything I can grab onto to get
Did
in.
we long rest after the last fight?
You did, so you
Okay.
should have full thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because all my stuff was there, and I was like, I can't remember.
You, as you look through the same alleyway that had the same that you were able to see out into from your guys' old room, you do notice that some of that green mist is coming out of a window, and the window does seem like it's a little ajar. It's not fully open, but it does look like something's escaping out of it.
Is there something I can climb, like hang on near that window, or is it just a flat side of the building?
It's almost kind of like a flat side of the building. Like there's a little ledge below the window, but wouldn't be like very apparent. Like if you were to grab onto it, it'd be like grabbing onto it like this.
So the point just moves anyways. Guess we're going through.
I use Misty Step.
You could try.
Sorry.
You have to see
Oh, right.
the spot you're misty stepping into.
True. Never mind then.
So
The entire floor, if we're looking from here, the entire floor is cut full of mist.
the entire bottom part of this is covered in mist.
Yeah, and it's how high is the mist too?
Almost to the roof. Like it's filled the whole
Well,
thing.
Gotta tickle in my throat.
I guess we take it or go.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that.
let's just run through as quick as we can.
Yeah.
Let's go in. Let's go there.
So you're running in.
Yeah.
Second, all of you enter this building. You take 3 points of necrotic damage. As you manage to stumble your way to the stairs and you head up them. As you get to the top, the mist is quite thick down this hallway, down where you can't really see to the end of the hallway right now. But you do get to the top of the stairs. What are you doing?
We can't see the portal.
You can't see through the mist. You have to.
Do I still have my rope on me?
Make
Oh, no,
down
never
the hallway.
mind.
You're going down the hallway,
Yeah,
like running all the way to the end.
yeah.
As you get to the end and you touch the wall, it's just a wooden wall. There's nothing there.
Oh shiz.
Nope. Doesn't seem to be a point of emanation for the mist.
It looks like this mist is just stagnant. Not drifting anywhere. It's not moving anywhere. It's just stagnant and hanging in the air. As if it's like held into this space.
We're ready, bitch.
You all take another 3 points of necrotic damage. As you scream, "We're ready," you hear a soft hum on the air, like hanging through the air, like drifting, and all you hear is, "No, you're not.
You're not stupid.
But thanks for the gift."
What gift is that?
Silence.
Yeah. I knew that was gonna happen.
No response.
Bastard.
What are you doing?
Open a door, kick out the window, try and get the mist to dissipate.
It's pretty stagnant. There's no way you're moving this unless you like use a
Like a
spell
wind.
to gust the wind. Like it's not really going anywhere.
Let's just get out and go check on Charlie.
Take another 2 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, well, because we're all up here, so.
You guys staying in?
Oh,
You,
We're gonna get out of there.
you're all running out?
Yeah.
Okay, you all end up making it out of the tavern. But the second you exit this building, you see these vines, and the pulse has quickened again, leading back to the watermill. And that hum has started to come back, louder this time.
Get down there, go get Charlie.
Go check on the kids, yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys sprint to the watermill, you can just see the rhythmic pulse from the remaining vines just and as you get to the door, you can see this emanating green glow coming from inside that's just lighting up the interior. And as you break the cusp into the building, you see a portal at the back wall opened up, and you see Elwyn on the other side, and she's got Lena by the hand, and Charlie, who's just standing like this, head down, not entranced, but he's holding her other hand. And she just looks and goes, "So kind of you," as the portal goes and shuts.
Don't take the kids, you evil one. And they're just gone.
They're gone.
So we could just save the food.
Yeah.
We could just save the food.
We might need it.
How insensitive can you be?
Your goodness, evilness doesn't matter in this world. All that matters is what is right, what is just.
Well, you can't use contagious.
I didn't take it.
Well, you're bitching about it. So.
Alright.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Okay, let's go find the nearest
Nearest tree.
and let's get at that.
Here we go. This is the
Okay.
fun part. All right, you're gonna roll the dice, eh? You're gonna roll the dice. So as you
Guys, as we're
as you
walking out,
witness this portal just shut, and you see this, what looks like an old hag's face, just looking back at you with this toothy, missing teeth grin, holding onto the two kids' hands, and the portal just shuts. I guess you decide that you're gonna go and try to teleport.
Yeah.
All right. Where are you teleporting to? Where do you think you're teleporting to? That's the fun part.
The work fail. That's
Yeah,
where the main goal was.
So you got you got both your D10s?
Yep.
You got the 10s and the 1s one?
Yep.
Roll them up. Roll them up. Here we go.
I got 4 and 2 zeros.
4.
4.
That's what you rolled before. Is it not?
Kinda, yeah. You're so fucked. I shouldn't have said it that loudly. I should have just held my excitement in.
I know, like, you see enough people like, oh yeah, that's something like.
Okay, so as you open up this tree and you see it just crack and splinter, and as it pulls itself apart, the base, you see the portal start opening up for you that you're able to walk large enough for you and your party to walk through. You see nothing on the other side. It's cascaded in mist. You have no clue where this portal is leading whatsoever. There's that. Where's the, oh, is it in the, why can't I find it?
So I think that one was the.
We had a list, didn't we?
I have a list. Just gotta find out where it is. I have a list.
That's it.
Okay.
From what I remember on one of them was like that weird place where all the blights and that were, and I was like, oh, gotta get out of Dodge.
Okay. Roll me a d20, please.
15.
All right. You are getting a sense that on the other side of this portal, you aren't weary of what is there. You're not nervous, but you have no idea where it's leading right now. So what are you doing?
We'll do what I did last time, just go quickly in, take a glance, get back, and see.
Well,
Is this
I should have done this already. These only last a minute.
Okay, I'll
So you're jumping through?
jump through, see
Okay.
what it looks like.
Roll me a d10, please. As you step through, you notice on the other side is the ruined cabin. You see the muck pieces of the bodies of the mechanisms that you fought. You see the somewhat party that was thrown. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run back through and let them know. Nope, that's not the one that we needed. That went to the cabin outside in the woods.
Is it closing?
Yeah.
Portal closes.
Can you only portal once a day? Or?
You can use up his charges to portal. The problem is you have 8 charges on your staff, and it costs 5 charges to portal.
Yeah. And that's
So you've just used up your portal you're for the day. So realistically, yes, once a day. If you were to do it right before a long rest, take a long rest, roll, and you potentially could be able to do it again. So right now you only have 3 charges on that staff.
tried.
Till the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nowhere to go. We have no horses.
You have nowhere to get to.
Yeah, we don't know where we're going.
I was thinking we have to get out of this town. Too many weirdness going on.
Where did we do that? Right by the mill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it on one of the trees that would have been just a little bit south of the mill then.
You said take what, like about a week to get to Brookville on foot and that?
But yeah. Like by that time you'd have enough charges on your staff to like
no, this guy's seen that again.
like
Well, basically, our choice is to sit around and wait for your staff to charge or start walking. Okay, so, I mean, we can keep ransacking what's left of the town to try and find anything.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
And we should put out that big fire. There's still roots everywhere.
yeah, they're still pulsing. They're not as fast anymore. It seems like that rhythmic pulse that led up to something.
Still traveling in the direction of the mill thing.
Yeah. The mill's like the center of it.
We could probably rummage through a lot of stuff too and see if there's anything else you missed too during the time. Like you said, you can ransack the town too. Get any symbols we need.
For shits and giggles.
Okay.
I want to go back to the mill and try and get the wheel running. It stopped, right?
Yeah, it's not going.
There's got to be a reason it stopped.
The vines.
Go inspect the.
Yeah, inspect the mill. As you're looking at this wheel on the mill, you notice that the bottom part it's not moving. The bottom part is submerged underwater. But as you are like feeling underwater, you feel several vines just kind of like creeping over top of it and like under it, like banding it down to the bottom. So it doesn't matter how much water pressure is pushed through it, it's stuck.
And these are pulsing vines.
They're very similar to the ones that are running around. Yes, they're the same ones that are running around.
Can I cut them?
These ones, yes, you can cut these ones. You cut them?
Cut it free, yeah.
Okay. As you cut it free, you notice that you hear the creaking of the wheel, and the wheel starts to slowly turn again. Very, very slowly, but does start to activate.
Gotta be a reason it stopped. They stopped it. Unless they're just random roots.
There must be a reason. I'm gonna pass up all of my crap. Here you go, Shadow. Got that for you. Welcome.
Check her out.
Hmm?
Check her out.
Check what out.
The weed.
You rolled your d8 for the morning, right? When we woke up, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did. That was
gave me
when you got the
full
natural
charge.
8. Yeah, the natural.
that's what
A
gave me the full
natural
charge.
8. That would be a good name. Okay, so what are we doing?
Wonder how it'd be if I get on top of that wheel and try.
It's moving super slow. You can climb up it, but at the second you go to like climb up it, it's going to start moving faster, and you're not going to be able to get to the top. You're either going to pull again. You're going to pull against the water or pull into the water. Either way, it's just going to go.
It's freely spinning.
It's moving. Yeah, it's not being held by anything. You're seeing water being picked up and dumped into the pipe up top that's leading down into the inside that is dumping into a barrel, and now the water's it's just kind of like overflowing the barrel. Like normally there would be someone in there moving the barrel out of the way, moving to collect the water and irrigate and all that stuff. But this is kind of like it's no one's there to do the job that needs to be done.
What, it's gonna flood?
It's pouring to the bottom of the floor and into the ground. So it's like coming out of the building. And from what you could tell right now, you cutting the vines have just freed it. It looked like the vines just kind of like found their way through there and like stopped it from being able to run.
Just random. Still the vine under the table.
Yep.
The vine had sigils on it.
No.
Yeah, I lost.
Yeah.
Basically what happens, you guys try to travel and you just can't get to where you need to go.
Yeah.
But like there's plenty of things you can do to try to figure out what the hell is happening here. But you guys like think, okay, above table, think outside the box. Don't be so focused on what is happening right now, and think about other things that you could do to figure out how to solve the overall problem. There has been things I have said tonight that are there, giving you information on stuff that is there.
Is there a place with books and history in town?
Is there like a library?
Yeah, library.
Library? There's not really a library, but there is like a you'd probably find a lot of main books in I guess the chapel, which is up top here. It's right here.
Okay.
That would be like a chapel. And you'd find a lot of like some books and stuff of the town and just the histories and everything like that. If you're looking for that.
Okay. So just think of it too, it's like how that paper was found at the Lara's house was corrupt in the archives. Like curious if there's any other place that could help with the history of
All right.
knowing.
Is that where you're heading?
Yeah, I'll head there and see if we can find any info on that tree.
Okay. As
Anyone else joining, or are you guys sitting at the middle?
I'll walk that way, yeah.
Okay, as you guys get closer to the chapel, the same vines are still crouching up on the building, but this building is built out of stone, as most chapels usually are, or churches. So it doesn't look like it's being pulled or damaged in any way by the vines. If anything, it looks kind of natural. As you guys go through the doors, these large wooden doors, open up. You notice that there are rows of pews that go all leading up to the very front, where there's one not pew, but what is it called? Altar. Thank you. Altar that looks very much like it would be a place where someone would give sermons. Along both sides of the hall, you see quite a few bookcases with scattered parchment and books, kind of like leaning and just all along, right along both sides of the hall.
Okay.
You going to have a look see?
Yeah, I'm gonna look, so just give a heads up.
Yeah.
I wanna know, like, came here to see if there's any info on the heartwood tree.
Yeah. All right, then roll me an investigation. Yeah, these are things that, like, kind of like what, like, if I explain that to you, like, that's what you take. I want to go look at the bookcases. Like, you just say what's on your mind. I noticed that a lot of what's happening right now today, or in general with our sessions above table, real quick, is you'll be thinking about something like but you won't say it. But if you say it, it expands the world more. Right, it expands more things that could potentially happen. So instead of like thinking it in your head, try being like, I wonder if I was to do this, or I wonder if we were to do this, or wonder if we were to do this. Like, say it out loud instead of saying it in your head, because then that scenario is where, like, I've asked you, are you saying that out loud? Are you doing this? You know what I'm trying to say? So it opens up more of a thing. It gives your thought process that you're trying to solve a puzzle yourself to the room to solve the puzzle together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Like thinking out loud.
exactly,
Like
think out loud. Don't be
verbalizing.
afraid to think out loud, because that thinking out loud does a multitude of things. It opens up role playing. It opens up puzzles to be solved by the group instead of just by yourself. It opens a ton of things. Obviously, there are things you're going to want to keep to yourself, but this also opens up a wide variety of you trying to overcome an obstacle together as a unit instead of just doing it yourself, kind of thing. You know what I mean? That goes for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, just think out loud instead of thinking in your head, right? Okay, so roll me an investigation.
17.
Oh, nice. As you run your fingers across a multitude of these spines of books, you notice that some are heavily dusted, some not so much. Most of them look like they're just there for light reading, but you do come across this one tome that feels quite old. And as you are running your fingers and you're going along all the books just like this, you take a moment and you pause for a second on this one book, as if like it's asking you to pull it off the shelf. And as you pull it off, you look at the front. On the very front of it, carved into the leather, is a massive tree.
Sir. Flipping through the pages, we'll walk to the altar. You know, put the book down at, like, flip through few pages. Like, friends and family, we're gathered here today on whatever day this is, to drink in the moment of the Elbraz Avengers, the true heroes of this realm.
Read the book.
Get rid of the bloody moment, did ya?
As you-
Sorry, they're Hawkeye. You're not Iron Man anymore.
Whoa, yeah, downgrade.
See, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. As you open up this book, it just says, as the big title, The Heartwood. Down below, it reads a little description of an ancient tree that was tied to Fesfert, that caused the festivals and the bountiful harvests that this town has come to be known for and be able to produce all this food. And the legend of the Heartwood, and how it has kind of benefited this town, and how the town has kind of protected it. It is a very large and old tree that is deep in the Roseman Woods. And it talks, there's a few passages that talk about how long ago farmers or hunters would make journeys, would make pilgrimages to this tree to leave offerings to hoist a bountiful harvest. It talks about how when you approach the area of this tree, how it's the grove that it's in seems magical at times. When you walk through, you feel like you're entering into a other realm, almost, if you would. The tree stands tall by itself in the center, no other trees around, but there are many stones that have runes and sigils carved into them that are all around the tree, on the ground. And a few of these sigils and runes that you're seeing in the book resemble the same sigils you've seen on the pieces of wood that have been that you found on the blights, the same sigils that you've seen on the tree that was underneath the watermill, the same sigils across a lot of this thing that has been connecting everything to this heart tree.
Is there anything about your staff in that book?
Take a quick look, but I see these sigils like the ones you've seen before. And this heartwood tree is deep in the Roseman Woods.
Does it say how far it is, a journey from here?
Not at all. But it says it's in the middle of these stones, and the tree stands by itself. I keep digging through to
Yeah.
get any more info.
As you are digging through, you do end up coming across some general information about whether or not the pilgrimage to this tree sometimes took up to 7 days for people to return. You don't know if that is 3 days there, 3 days back kind of thing. You just know that it was a long program. It wasn't something that was just you were able to get there and back in a day. It was definitely a trek to get there. It talks about how the wood or branches from this tree, petals from this tree, is able to bestow magical effects on things. And that Fesvert was to protect it at all costs. It does talk about as well a druid coven that was supposed to be its overall protectors of this glade, and that just to reach it, not only did you have to have the blessing to enter the glade from the tree itself, but from the druids themselves as well.
Well, what I'm getting says could be a bit of a journey. But it also says that to get like a blessing from these druids, they go to it.
Map.
A lot of the same runes that you saw in the book, some of them were similar to the ones on the blights. Others were similar to the ones that you found at the cabin. Like as if you being a druid would understand that half these are protection runes and half these are transmalgation runes, or transmutation, yeah. So runes. You would know that just from being a druid yourself.
We got protector runes and transmutation runes.
Ever thought of asking your gods for guidance to this tree, maybe, or
Yeah, good. Yeah,
even
I could ask.
kind of what you Bible guys do, right? You tree guys.
Yeah. I could get some of this sage stuff. I got this good stuff.
You got this good stuff.
You know, I can
Got some of that good.
good.
You got some of that good.
Yeah. I can say some prayers. Some vitamins.
Get some vitamins.
Is there a map in the book?
No, there's no map in the book that you can see. There is. Hold on.
Because I'm just curious if there's anything that could just help kind of point the direction, what way to go in the woods.
Direction.
Yeah.
There's really only 2 roads going in and out of town by the looks of things.
Yeah.
While he's reading the book, I'm gonna search around. Is there like a priest's quarters attached to this, or is it just the church? Or
Yeah, there's like a back room that has some like living quarters. I guess you could say it has like a cot. It has like a live-in kind of quarters in a back room. Yep. As you okay, so this is I found it. It's long. Bear with me, okay?
Hold on. Yeah, take this moment in.
As you're looking through the book, you do come across the end. At the very end, there is what looks like a druidic poem. The Way of Root and Rose. Beneath the bot where roses weep, through moss and mist the path runs deep. Where sun runs shy and winds stand still, the woods will test your heart and will. First find the stone with ivy crowned, where silence hums without a sound. The follow blooms of crimson red, they mark the trail where wise ones tread. At dusk where 3 streams braid as one, stand still until the night is done. The stars will point, a stag shall show, the hidden glade where secrets grow. Speak not in haste, nor light a flame, for those who burn shall earn no name. But step in peace and bow your head, the heart tree waits where time has fled. I'll send you the poem so you have it. I'm not expecting you to remember the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Could I just say that as you said, just saying it out loud?
Yeah, you read it out loud to everybody.
Yeah.
They all hear it. As you're reading, you do get a sense of uplifting desire to find this. You do also remember with being a druid, you remember your teachings from one of your older what are they called? Why can't I remember what they're called? From one of the first druids that taught you a lot of what you know of a glade deep in Roseman Woods. Not something that was very well known to many. And you guys all remember when he reads out the part of the stag, you all remember hearing the King Henrik talk about the great white stag in Roseman Woods.
And Roseman Woods is surrounding us. So
Oh yeah, well that's the woods you guys have been dealing with the whole time. Where is it? Give me a second here, I'll find it. I promise you.
is unacceptable.
Unacceptable, I know. You're
I'm
here.
pissed.
This is the Roseman Woods, right? Literally right beside you guys. So you're in Bestford, and Roseman Woods is literally the road it's the woods between you and Rookvale, right? They go all the way as far as to the what is it? Western Sea. They go all as far as Brookvern Sea, and they stop at the North Dishholm Channel. Like they spread all the way along the whole base of the Frosted Mountains.
Yeah, we probably went like.
You guys know, you guys have been in them.
Yeah, we
Like when you went to
we
Grimshold, you were still in the Roseman Woods technically. You were just in an area of the Roseman Woods that wasn't heavily, like when you were running through them, that was still the Roseman Woods you were in. Right? The Roseman Woods are huge. It's a huge forest, just like Shellmore Forest, just like Kitmel Wildwood, and what's that called? The I guess the forest of Alaria, which is the Elven area. So like it's a massive woods. There's like 4 main woods in this entire realm.
And when we traveled from this town to
Rookvale.
Did we walk? I can't.
No, you teleported to a
We
tree.
haven't actually walked.
No, you haven't walked. You in order to get so if you were to go this way, down Bestford and over to Rookvale, it would take you about 7 days travel. If you were to go through the woods, you would be able to get there in about 5-ish, 6 maybe, but you don't know what the hell's in those woods, so that's the other part of that.
So when we did go a bit into the woods.
You did.
Yeah, well, now
You did. You made it.
Journeys.
So essentially, the cabin that you guys have been to is right up in here.
Mm.
You guys made it basically right about here before you turned back and had to head back because you were at about a full day's travel and you had to kind of come back. So you made it about there, give or take, but you'd gone up in there. If you were to go straight across, you could make it to Rookvale in about 5.5, 6 days, depending on the rate of travel and how dense the woods are that you're going through, obviously.
3-ish days. We figured we'd put us somewhere right in the middle of the
But you're right in the middle of the woods, give or take.
It's about where
Probably where the tree might be located at.
Can we recall seeing in our limited travels in there anything that resembles anything from that poem, the red owls or the red flowers? And
The fall, the blooms of crimson red. You remember? Give me a no. You know what? Do you have to give me a? Would it be a history check? No, it wouldn't be a history check. What would be you? Give me a. It's a survival check or something. No, because that would be in the moment. To remember, I need you to give me something that would be to remember things you've seen.
just a wisdom.
I guess so. Yeah, just give me a wisdom throw. You all can do it if you want. But give me a wisdom throw.
3.
3.
Yeah, 19 plus 4.
Saving throw? Is that what you said?
3 or
Just roll a wisdom check.
Oh, wisdom. I get 21 then.
bonus.
I went to the wrong one. 21.
21.
8.
8. So you got what?
17.
It's kind of fitting that the druid got the highest one. You guys, as you were traveling and you were following those prints in the woods, you made it to a specific point in where you had this opening. And in that opening, you remember seeing little, like, dark red flowers that were scattered about that part of the woods. Nothing in depth, nothing leading you in any type of direction, but you do remember starting to see red flowers that you did not see in any of the travel prior to that.
That was that clearing.
That was that clearing that you guys got to when you had to fight that tree blight. The thing that was a little bit smaller than a forest walker.
Oh, was it that clear too where you went in the middle and I took damage from it too? Or am I thinking of a different clearing?
No, that was the clearing where Oren's fire breath went off for the first time and fucked a lot of you up, and you guys didn't know what was happening.
Oh, okay.
And then she also melted the tree blight too. But she also hit a bunch of you guys as well. But that's kind of where you were, and you started to pick up on the red flower that was there that wasn't in the other parts of the woods that you guys were traveling through.
Sounds like a logical starting spot.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I guess we should gather what we need and go try to find this tree.
Gather any provisions we can find, yeah. Kids ate all my food.
Since the kids ate all my food.
You're gonna be a horrible dad one day.
Oh shit. All right.
We'll look at sleep over and over. Sorry, gotta deal with that ass all the time.
Just shakes her head. I'll send you this this poem so you have it. The book tells you a lot of like information that you don't really pick up on now, but it does give you like rough ideas of what was offered to the tree. Lots of like seeds of different kind of plants, of different kind of like harvested plants, like fruits, gourd seeds, wheat seeds, all that kind of stuff to help make sure everything's bountiful. Stuff like that. Some rituals also kind of like that were offered as well.
Close it and close. Pop it. Keep it on. Hold on to it.
Into your bag?
Yeah.
Are you shoving it in your bag? You notice that it doesn't quite fit. There's something stopping from being able to go in. You're rummaging through your bag. You notice another book that you had seemed to have forgotten about.
Oh, what was that one again?
That's the dragon book.
Dragon book. Okay.
Can't remember what I called it, but
Can't remember either. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
the one you stole.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one.
I'll have to find it. I just stole from the old lady. She was not happy about it.
Maybe I'll pass something over. You might want to have this. Might be helpful for you.
I'll find out which one that is. I can't remember what I called it.
Sure. Pops in the bag.
Just like to point out that you're saying that I'm going to be a terrible father and always ragging on me when you walk around punching old men and stealing from old women.
Oh, maybe notice me when you get older. I might punch you up if I have the strength to do it.
You have the balls to do it.
Yeah. I might shove you in the barrel after I'm done.
Shove you in a barrel after I'm done.
Caravan looks at you and his eyes open. Can't wait.
You guys want to do a throwdown?
No.
You want to just a friendly little punch out? Come on.
Not at this
You know you want to. You know you want to.
Bring it on.
This reminds me of Joe from Family Guy.
Bring it on. Let's go in.
Score then. Come on, someone hit someone. Please do it.
Yeah.
Wait, Shadow slaps Airman. He's challenging Roger. All you see is Shadow just fucking slaps him. That's for the other night. All right.
It's a distraction, motherfucker.
All right. So what are y'all? So are you guys holding up in the church? You just kind of chilling in the church?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Anyone searching anything else?
Well, keep looking too.
Still looking around. As you guys kind of look around the church and you kind of like take everything in, it's that you're trying to come across. You notice other small little books, the history of Festford, people who were in charge prior, you don't really pick up on too much extra information. Other little like small little parchments that talk about the Heartwood and some people's journeys there. And then there's also there's little parchments of like of people who have journeyed to the Heartwood but haven't come back. But mostly you just gain more information about what's kind of going on in Festford, what Festford has been up to the last 200 years, because you're just enveloping all this information.
I have a note here that I can't remember what it was. Kitmouse. The life tree.
Yeah,
Is it in the book?
it is not.
It's not, okay.
Look at my woods.
I don't remember. I didn't take details enough notes. I have to have incantation.
There is a Kitmill Wildwoods.
Incantation.
Let me guess. That's when you guys were talking to the one matron,
Probably.
I think so.
the Raven matron that was in the house that looked like it was in good shape, then all of a sudden busted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, the good old days when I was like, we're the Avengers.
And yeah, tomato thrown at your head. The day moves on. As it starts to crouch into evening, you can hear the pulse of those vines and the hum. Still low, not really causing any interest of you guys pulling out. But as the night starts to slowly increase, you do notice that that crimson glow from the moon is starting to get brighter. You can kind of see it piercing through a lot of the stained glass that's in this chapel. As the moon is starting to rise up a little higher, you guys have kind of lost track of time and you're all kind of awake and searching and just like kind of doing your investigation and such. Shadow, I would like you to please give me a DC charisma. Is it a charisma check? It's a charisma check, right? Yes, it is.
4.
I was thinking, it's like one thing you can do to pass some time while we're in here is like go to the tavern, grab some balls, and do a drinking game.
Tavern full of green mist. I have drink.
Yeah. There might be other alcohol in the town somewhere.
Okay. I was gonna say roll at a disadvantage, but you already failed the check, so it doesn't matter. As you guys are all doing your investigation, Shadow, you feel this urge in your stomach at first, and it's slowly creeping up into your chest, and you start to feel as you are looking at your hand, your claws are starting to push through your fingers, and as they are, you're slowly starting to change, and you can't stop it. As your bones break and reshift and reassemble, it's quite loud, and as you guys are doing your studying and your investigation, you're looking around, you start to hear what sounds like snapping and such, and him and a growl starting to come up.
Is he feeling rage?
You are changing. That is happening. What are you guys doing?
Backing away a bit.
I'll go over it. Or you slap him, we'll see if we can calm him down.
Okay, go do it. Come on.
Walk over.
You hug him.
I'm gonna hug him and like, you have the strength and fight this.
Okay, you are hugging him.
Yeah.
As you're hugging him, I would like you to roll an attack with advantage, please.
Attack with an advantage.
He's hugging you. You're grappled right now. You have the ability to like literally sink into him.
17.
Okay. As you are hugging him, all you hear is this loud growl happen beside your ear. And roll. What is it with your claws?
I don't think it bite.
Roll me 2d4 plus your strength.
2d4.
As you feel, no, because you're hugging him, so you're here. His head's right here, so his bite can't get you, but his arms are right there. You're hugging him. You feel both claws just sink into your back.
No.
Plus 3 yet.
So that's 8.
You take 8 points of piercing damage as he sinks his claws into your back and howls out. The howl that you guys hear is more deafening than the one he had before. As you look at Shadow, his eyes aren't just the red that they are when he turns into his wolf. They are a deep orbing crimson red, as if this crimson moon is forcing a different style of change on him. As you sink both claws into Roger's back. What are you guys doing?
Draw my staff and point a silvered end towards him.
Okay.
See if it holds him at bay at all.
He
Reacts.
seems to not care about your silver staff. The rage and the overcome like angst that's flowing through him right now does not care about your weapon. Like as if when you guys were fighting the other wolves, they kind of like were like, oh, they knew what it was. He does not care. He right now is holding on to Shadow and he's got both claws stuck into him. Let's roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Yep.
7
My plus.
5.
plus your
20.
initiative.
3 plus 2.
5.
Okay, who's got the higher dexterity? What's your dex?
You're at 15. No, plus 2.
15 plus 2.
13. So plus 1, 14.
So Shadow then Oren, what did you roll?
7.
Okay, Arrowvan, it's your to go. What are you doing?
He's still holding.
He's still gripping onto Roger and he's got his claws into his back. And the howl that you heard is definitely one of menacing. Yeah.
I just have to look something up real quick here. I'm gonna attack for it. Do your thing.
Oh,
Oh, there it is. Nope. Okay. Non-lethal attack. I'm gonna brain him with my staff.
Non-lethal attack. I'm going to brain him with my staff.
Yeah.
Listen, the way that those words context, okay, they're not in the same category.
Not trying
Okay?
to kill him.
No, I understand that. But when you go non-lethal attack, I want to brain this guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, but they don't go together. Okay. Anyways, go ahead. What is your hit points right? Oh, I got them right here. I got them right here now. So you will just do it as you're playing Shadow.
Sorry
'Cause
for
you-
having to hit your husband all the time.
it's okay.
What the hell is that? 14. 21.
That hits.
Okay.
Because your AC right now is 18, I
18.
believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that hits.
13 points.
13 points of
Bludgeoning.
bludgeoning with a silver weapon.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh shit. That happened fast.
Just knock him out.
I fucking hate monks. I was expecting more high roll this. So as Shadow, as you are sinking your claws into the back of Roger, and you have this howl coming out, and you just are looking at the other group with this rage, this overcoming rage in your body that just wants to leap forth and rip all of them apart. And everybody just comes out of nowhere. He twirls his staff and just brains you, by the way. Brains you with this fucking staff. And you just take this hit. And you weren't afraid of this weapon as it was coming towards you. But for some reason, the second it made contact, it managed to just absolutely throw you back as your claws rip out, and as they don't just pull out of Shadow of Roger, they pull. I would like you to roll me a d8, please.
D8.
Yes.
With this one.
Yeah, the triangle one, yeah.
6.
You take another 6 points of slashing damage as his claws pull out from your back, and then you just look at Shadow as he's falling, his snout starts to morph back, and his claws start to go back into his fingers, and he just hits the ground with a thud, out cold.
Damn.
With one hit, simply because it's a silvered weapon and it does double damage.
Oh, sorry.
It still does the damage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I didn't think about the double damage. I thought he just could only damage
No.
like a silver bullet.
No.
I was gonna cast.
But hold on. Does it actually? Now I'm confused. No, he's vulnerable with a silver weapon, so does double damage. So you were able to knock him out in one go. Roger.
Twice.
Roger, you dropped to a knee because you just took some damage. And it did not feel nice at all. But you look in front of you and you see Shadow's body just kind of unconscious on the ground, laying like this.
I'm gonna crawl over.
As this is all happening, Orin, you feel an intense pain coming from your left arm. You look down. What?
I hate you guys.
It's not like we asked to be like this.
You get to be a phantasmal monk that had. If I had rolled and you got some of these abilities on top of your monkhood, I would have had to take you back and shoot
I
you.
just mean I hate what they can do. That's all.
Okay.
I feel engaged.
As you are looking down at your arm, you're just noticing the glow is starting to get brighter and brighter. But as you're noticing it's starting to get brighter and brighter, you're looking down, you start to see it,
Spreading out.
and it starts climbing up all the way to your shoulder. So from your shoulder all the way down is now covered in those gold scales that you see before. And as that is happening, you also feel an intense pain in your gut that starts rising up as well. And I'd like you to please make a Constitution saving throw.
I was thinking of Quan. Just no matter how much pain I'm just gonna go to Shadow. Just hold him. Lie and sit on the ground. Hold
4.
him. It's okay.
Okay. As
I rolled a 3.
okay,
My
now
Constitution.
we gotta fucking play. Okay, this is great. This is awesome. I love this so much. Okay. Okay.
Both of us.
Which way are you facing? Who are you looking at right now?
I'm watching what's going on.
Okay, good thing you're that was
You're there,
Yeah,
you're
I was
there.
gonna say she was.
Because
Yeah.
Shadow went down, I was after going on the knee, I was going to move
And
over
then
and
Aravan
hold him.
stepped in front of her, so it's gonna be
I sit on the
Aravan.
ground holding him
What do you think is just Aravan?
Well, I know, especially
Yeah,
with how that rolled.
I'm
sorry.
as the overcoming pain from your arm is creeping up and into your shoulder. You suddenly feel this bulge in your chest move up, and as it does, you drop to your knees, and as you drop to your knees, you all of a sudden just lean forward, hit the ground, and breathe.
Sorry.
Please roll a what is it, a D, is it a D8 I said?
I think it's a D8.
D10. Roll a D10, please. And I'm sorry to say this, but every single one of you are in range.
4.
you all take 4 points of fire damage as she breathes this flame just directly over top of all of you.
It his 13, that would be 26, the first hit for me, right?
Yes,
Oh,
but
no.
you're just unconscious, so you just drop down to 1 hit point. You're not like dead because he was just trying to knock you out, right? He called non-lethal beforehand. If he didn't call non-lethal, you might have been a different scenario that we would be facing here. But he would have really brained you. But he called, so you're down. So realistically, you're in death saving throws technically right now. As we're in initiative, but we're kind of not in initiative anymore because that ended very abruptly because a monk is bullshit. So as you all take this damage, this flame just crushing on Aravan's back and Roger's back, and just kind of like cascades overshadow a little bit because he's just kind of laying on his back like this, and Roger's holding on to him. Just kind of cascades overshadow a little bit, and you get a little bit of flame on your armor and a little bit across your chin and all that kind of stuff. And you take your damage. This has been a very eventful night. The moon rises high into the sky, the night sky, and it is now emanating a bright crimson over top of everything. But from outside, you can still hear that rhythmic pulse from the vines, as if something's pulling greatly. And as you guys are focusing on everything that's just kind of happened around you, you hear from the doorway of the church the same voice again. It goes, well, that was interesting. Very interesting. As she's standing there, and the doorway of the church has been opened into a portal. And she's just kind of looking in what's going on, having a little look-see. What are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Shadow. Level 2.
You're okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
So she just, right now, Druid Elwyn is looking in and watching you guys as you are all doing
14.
the fun stuff that you're doing.
25.
She's kind of keeping an eye on you.
Like a soap opera.
It is.
Yeah. So 25 for him.
Okay.
And after I'm done that, like, I'm gonna look at the pearl and go like that. That's for the kids. How dare you take the kids?
Okay. Okay. So as you all are in, or what are you? Are anyone else doing anything else?
I think she's probably trying to probably like,
Stand
oh,
up, being ready.
Okay. She raises her hand, and you can see these 3 green, like orbs, twirling in her hand as she's doing this. She goes, "A little gift. Enjoy your night." And she just goes like this, and you see these 3 orbs just fly out and hit the ground, and just as they roll towards you. As she looks in, and the portal just shuts again, and it just goes back to the doorway. It's opening out, and you see the crimson light behind her, and these orbs just go, and they scatter, like 3 of them scatter through the thing, and they're just like just sitting there. But there's a slow vibration to them. One lands right about 2 feet from Orn. One lands about a foot from Aravan, and one lands right in the middle, just past. No, sorry, from Roger, and one lands just past Aravan. What are you doing?
Try and kick it out the door.
You gonna kick it out the door?
Yeah.
All right. You managed to kick one out the door.
I'm gonna help Shadow up. It's like about right here, he says.
It landed like right, almost right beside you.
And after I get him up, I'm gonna reach over, grab it, and just throw it out the door too.
You gonna throw it out the door? What about you?
Sure. I'm trying to throw it out the door.
You're gonna try to throw the door? Okay, all of you give me a, what would that be? Athletics? No, yeah, athletics. Strength check. All three of you.
Strength?
Strength, yeah.
Strength.
18.
13.
18.
You're all so lucky. As you guys reach forward and you grab these orbs, and it feels like the same rhythmic pulse that's happening in the vines is pulsing from this orb. You feel it in your hand, like it's about something's about to happen. And as you all three throw these orbs back towards the door, as they get close to the door, all you see is them go in that same green mist that's inside the tavern, just blows up and hangs stagnant in the air just in front of the door inside the church, but like not out, because you don't quite reach the door. You get close to it, but you don't quite reach the door, and it just hangs stagnant there. It's not creeping in, not dissipating anywhere else. Just hangs stagnant there for a probably a solid minute before it starts to just fade out.
I don't like her presence.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
She's
And
invited to my birthday.
that's where we'll end it for tonight. Thank you all, guys. Appreciate you all. We got 5 people up in here watching right now. That's freaking awesome. Hells yeah, guys. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Elbraz of Shattered Pieces campaign. This is a homebrew world. We are having a lot of fun doing it. A couple of these guys are the first time ever playing D&D. We've got a veteran, and then we got one veteran, and then pretty much everyone else is kind of new to D&D, right? We're just having fun. This is a good time. We're having a good time. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys have decided to come by and watch and hang out. And if you want to see more of it, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button in there on YouTube or the follow button on Twitch. I am going to probably look into doing something different for the mics. I might try to see if I can get another set of these. And these would be what you would put them on the lapel. And then hopefully all 4 can connect to this. And I can just plug this into the PC. And it'll pick up all 4 mics. So you'll just have something on your chest up here. So they'll pick up everyone's audio. Because I am still having issues with these 2 mics right here. I apologize for that. But I do appreciate everyone hanging out. And yeah, if you want to see more, we do run a secondary campaign on Tuesday nights, but this time will be on Monday night at 9 p.m. as well, called Of Ember and Shadows. And that one's kind of fun because, well, go ahead and tell people what's happened a little bit so far.
Well, some of us have taken a journey from our hometowns, and we've had some visions, and we took a good journey through caverns, valleys, dealing with the Yeti.
Yeah, the Yeti was fun. The Yeti's fun.
And we get to the place we need to be, and we came across some dragons.
Durnrath Keep.
Dragons.
And I think I found the name.
Don't tell me. Don't say anything.
I think I found
I
it.
want you to see, for role playing aspects,
Yeah.
like above table role playing aspects, it's better if you like say it during the session,
Yeah.
but not like. And I was telling Taryn this too, who's one of the other players in the other campaign. Don't like do it as in like I'm gonna call. Well, sorry, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You can do whatever you like to do. But my thought process on things like that, if like you're gonna name something or give something a secret name or something like that, would be to like experience it in the moment while something is happening. You know, like shout the name at it or something, or call it while like something's going on. Because it would always like it gives you a better chance of role playing. Also, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do things like that. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you so much. If you really want to catch the next episode of Ember and Shadows, that is going to be happening this Monday at 9 p.m. And then the next episode of this campaign, Elbraz of Shattered Pieces, is not going to happen next week because that's the Mother's Day weekend. It will be the following weekend after that. Okay?
If we survive Mother's Day.
Oh, it's not that bad. Anyways, love you all. Thanks for coming out. See you next time.
Yay!
ocean's deep, mountains higher. Clouds of smoke, the dragons roam. Heroes seek their fate unknown. Bridges burn and shadows play. In this world where legends stay. Battles rage through night till dawn. Cowards fall, the brave move on. Welcome to Elbraz, can you see? Destiny's calling for the free. In the land of myth and sky, fears are faced or heroes die. In the caverns, echoes ring, whispers of the light.